Like, let's get really clear on not just your goals, not just your vision, because those are all super important. But if we don't have a desire for what we want and who we then need to become, if we don't have that like internal fire and that internal desire, like the vision's gonna go out the window. And so one of the things that I've really found that many teachers speak about is really getting in touch with what your why is for anything that you're doing. Now, given you're like, thank you, Serah, groundbreaking, awesome. But what's interesting is we've all been experiencing the wonderfulness that the last, almost 2 years, if not 2 years, have been throughout the world. That's brought in, I've not only noticed with myself the changes, I've noticed with clients, friends, family. We've all hit this sort of like, we don't know what's going to happen, right? So that level of certainty is questionable, has become more questionable. What are we going to do? What's going to happen? What is the world doing? Like, so sometimes what's been coming up in these conversations is like the bottom level is a lot of people have been like, why am I doing this? Why am I going after my purpose? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? If the world is the way that it is, if all of these changes are happening and I don't know what to expect, there's just so much uncertainty. And so this sense of being discouraged. So if you want to put in the chat box, like if that's something that's been resonating with you, if this like not knowing what the future is going to hold or not knowing because of what's happening in the world, how to create that clear like vision, but then have that sense of desire for the future vision. And if that sort of sense of being discouraged has come up for you, then feel free. That's only showed up with some people. Some people are like, hey, we don't even want to listen to what's going on in the world. We just want to stay laser focused and maintain what we're doing, maintain our goals, maintain who we're stepping into that next level being. Both are happening. We live in duality, right? But either way, no matter where you are, there's where you start with your why, and you might be new to that, or you might not have a foundation for what your why currently is. Or you might be in the place of needing to find a new why. And honestly, that was something that I really wasn't fully, until it happened to me, I was so clear on my first why, and I was so passionate about it. And I was helping women and I was helping them get out of toxic relationships. And that was so fulfilling. And then I reached this sort of plateau where I fulfilled so much of that why. I created so much from that why, and it was wonderful. And then I had this sort of like inner voice that was like, okay, but what's next now? How do we keep expanding? And so I'm sharing that with, you're either at the beginning of your first why and wanting to find that and get clear, or you're at the place of needing to find a new why based on so much uncertainty that's happening. Either way, it's getting clear this year, if never before, either what is your definitive why you're doing the things that you want to do. If you're stepping into that next level of leadership, if you're here to, support and empower or be a service provider in any way, also feel free to put in the chat box what you're here to do. But it's always super important to get clear on just why you're doing, why is it important for you, whatever that is for you, whatever your purpose and your passion is leading you to, why is that so important for you to do that? And if you're feeling stuck with that, do you need to find a new why? Does it need to be stronger? Maybe, because when shit hits the fan, whether it's globally or sometimes just in our lives or in our relationships, we need to remember to have that solid foundation of what our why is, because those are the key components with your why, your vision, and your desire that ultimately is going to propel you, or rather support you, as the foundation into anything that you want to build and create for yourself as a female leader.